Good morning, everyone. It is a very windy day today. We had a little bit of rain this morning, and I'm out here at the lake getting ready to do a little bit of snake hunting. It's a little bit warmer than is ideal, and the wind isn't really doing much to cool it off, just making videos more annoying. It is cooler than it has been recently. I think that could make for a pretty good day to flip some of this tent out here that I haven't hit much this year. But in the meantime, we're gonna hike around and kill some time while it's still warm and see if we can find any snakes out on the crawl or out basking. We do have drifting cloud covers, so when it isn't direct sun, it feels pretty good out here. So hopefully there will be some stuff out, but I'm gonna get to it. I'll have the GoPro on, and I will let you guys know if I see anything. Oh, there's a green snake under the bridge. Well, that's an interesting first snake of the day. I just saw something moving and I was like, what is that? Turns out there's just a little rough green snake hanging out under this bridge. That is really weird. Look at that. So yeah, first snake of the day, just kind of milling around under this bridge because it's so hot. I just saw motion out of the corner of my eye. I was like, what is that? And it was this guy, a little rough green snake. Well, that is a really nice first snake of the day, something unexpected, and something I've actually never seen at this spot before. So that is really, really cool. It's been mostly DORs this year when it comes to rough greens, so we haven't really seen too many yet, and I'm pretty excited about this guy. As common as they can be, these are one of the snakes that is responsible for my current interest and passion in field herping, because when I was a little kid I wanted to find one super bad and I couldn't. So I had to work my butt off to finally find one of these guys, and then I found two in the same day. And that was one of the most exhilarating moments of my childhood, getting to find a green snake finally. So each time I see one of these guys in the field, it brings back memories of that day. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this guy was doing under the bridge. I'm assuming maybe he was just coming from that side to this side without crossing the road, in which case, you know, good on you. That's pretty smart. Even if you're looking for snakes, these guys can be really hard to see in the road just because of how green they are. They look like a blade of grass. All right, buddy. Here you go. I'll let you go kind of under the bridge in case you were intentionally hanging out under here. That is really cool and really weird. Oh, there's a skink. Did you see that guy? Tons of herps under this bridge. Definitely feels good out here today to me. I'm really hoping that we can get into some good stuff, at least once we start flipping 10 this evening. But right now I'm just kind of killing time still, walking around. Is that another Kingsnake shed? Yes, it is. What the heck? 2 Kingsnake sheds today. Under 10. There's a ringneck. It's actually not something I see very often here. Well, it had to happen at some point. Here's the first ringneck of the episode. This guy actually, I don't see ringnecks at this spot. I'm honestly not even sure I've ever seen a ringneck here. There are a lot of king snakes here, a lot of brown snakes, a lot of red bellieds, but I don't really see ringnecks terribly often, so it's kind of interesting. But nonetheless, we see them quite often everywhere else, so I'm just gonna put him back in his stack and we're gonna keep flipping. The snakes have not been present in the numbers I was hoping they would be today so far, but we're at the best spot now, so if anything good's gonna happen, it's gonna happen here. He's having a hard time. He got it. Oh, that's nice. Double racer. Cool picture too. Got Gotcha. All right, all right, all right. Let's not do that. All right, get your teeth out of me, boy. You're both very handsome. I'm glad to see you. The other snakes are not cooperating today. You feel like you might have babies already. All right, well, nice racer double flip. If we're not going to see a king snake, we might as well be seeing some big snakes of some kind, so not too disappointed with that. Two nice, big, healthy adult black racers, under 10. Under a piece, actually. I'm not sure I've ever seen a snake under there before these guys, so it's definitely cool. All right. Copperhead. Very nice. Look at that guy. He is big and handsome. Look at that thing. Well, that is a nice big copperhead. Really cool looking. It definitely was a pain to get it out in the open so that we can look at it, but with those... Okay, come on. Relax. Oh, wow. That was a lovely... Look at that. Look at all the venom on my hook. Holy crap. Can you see that? All right, well, that is a big grumpy copperhead that has made it very clear that he does not want to be messed with. So we're gonna let him go back into the stack and hit the last couple of pieces that we haven't flipped yet. All right, guys, we are wrapping up back at home today. We're gonna try once again to find that king snake. It's super windy, but it seems like the trees are kind of blocking a lot of it. So hopefully this audio comes out usable. But yeah, we're gonna flip here at the house next. It wasn't terribly productive at the spot we went to today, but we did see quite a few things at least. We didn't get any kings, just 2 king sheds and a DOR king that I didn't show because it was all gory. But overall, a solid day so far, and hopefully we can find a few more things here at the house to wrap it up. Oh, a rat snake. Very nice. Look at that. Looks like a pretty one too. Hello. Wow, look at that pink coloration on the belly. That is a beautiful rat snake. Look at that. Very pretty. Very clean, very healthy. Nice adult rat snake here at home. It's just climbing down my body. Look at that pink color on the belly. That is really awesome. I feel like I've seen a couple around here with that before, but I mean, it's really pretty and really unique. That is a really sharp looking rat snake to start off the flipping here back at home. This tree is creaking like crazy because it's so windy, but I'm guessing all the leaves coming in has kind of suppressed the wind here at ground level. And like if you look up at the tops of the trees, they're all swaying like crazy like that. But down here on the ground, it's not too bad. It has been a fairly snaky day overall, so I'm not too upset with how this has gone, even though we haven't seen any of our big target species. Good diversity and good numbers too. All right, gonna put him back and keep flipping. Next snake of the day, a nice healthy adult gray rat snake, or small adult. They get a lot bigger than that. There's a ringneck. Almost didn't see that guy. Right there. Well, that's our next ringneck of the day. These guys are way more common here at home than they are where we were earlier. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of them here today, but we have just started and we've already got 2 snakes. Pretty good so far. That's a big broadhead. I'm honestly not sure I have ever caught a big male broadhead in my yard before. That is really cool. I'm sure that I've seen them, but I'm fairly certain I've never caught one. They are so hard to get your hands on when they're super... Oh, no bite, no bite. Yeah, they can be really hard to get your hands on when they're hot and bothered and running around during the day. So really flipping them is the best way to catch them, but really cool. They get a lot bigger than that. That one is not full grown, but still probably the largest lizard I have ever caught in the yard. Really cool. Look at that big beefy head. Oh, okay. I want to say that is another new kingsnake. What on earth? Are you kidding me? That is the first thing that this piece has produced. At least the first king. Look at that. Hello. Wow, look at the belly on that thing. That is awesome. Holy crap. Definitely a new snake. Well, unfortunately, this one is a baller, as in it balls up and hides its head, which makes it really hard to get a good look at these guys, but still, we got a king snake. It took all day, and the second to last piece of tin that we have to flip, he was under. And it's this big thing that I've never found anything but fossorial stuff under, so really, really cool. If you would have told me my yard would be the place where I see the most king snakes in North Georgia this spring, I would not have believed you. We really, I mean, we have a good population of them, but I never see this many. And I definitely never see this many new individuals. Most of them have been this size. These kind of really well-off yearling, maybe 2-year-old snakes. Which is really, really encouraging because it means that they're reproducing and the babies are having a good chance at getting to adulthood. This snake is incredibly healthy. Look at that. It's a female, yet again, another female. All right, let's put this beauty back and go flip our last piece. Eastern king snake here at home to wrap up the day. Fantastic. She's back into ball mode, so we're just gonna slip her under there and she can come back to life when she's ready. Good morning, everyone. It is super early, and I am getting ready to head to Alabama for a day of rock flipping in search of milk snakes. So, all right, everyone. It is about 9:30 in the morning, Alabama time, and I'm just now hitting the woods. It feels amazing out here. It's supposed to be nice and cool for the rest of the day, so it should, in theory, be a perfect day to be out here. So yeah, I'm gonna get to where I'm going, and I will check in with you guys when we get into habitat and start flipping. All right, guys, first find of the day is not a snake, but rather a really cool rock. There are some awesome fossils in this. This one right here almost looks like it could be like a shell of something, but really, really cool to see. I don't get to find too many fossils in Georgia, so it's neat to see a couple here in Alabama where the rock is a little more conducive to fossils. As you can see, there's some more in this rock here. Look at all of them. Really, really cool. So fossil rocks right there. And I went to get my camera to take a picture, and there is the tiniest of phasmids on my backpack. Look at this little guy. Come here. Come here. This thing is so cool. Look at that. Oh, baby racer. That is our first snake of the day. All right, snake number 1, juvenile racer. Hopefully this is a good omen of things to come. Big snakes under rocks, not just a bunch of ringnecks today, hopefully. Really hoping to see some milk snakes today. That is the big goal, but I would not be upset about black kings or really anything. As long as we can rack up some decent numbers of snakes, I will be happy. And the narrowmouth toads in this area are exceptional looking. I found a couple and they've all been really nice and red like that. This guy's tucked into his little hole, so we're just gonna leave him right there and lower the rock back. All right, guys, it seems like this spot is not panning out again just like last time, so I think I'm gonna stop running the GoPro. I did just flip this ring neck, which is only our second snake so far, the other being that little racer, so this might just not be a particularly snaky area. All right, guys, we're out at our next spot, and I just flipped this beauty. This is a nice little cave salamander. These guys are fairly common in Georgia in the right places, but we don't get into their range terribly often, so I'm always excited to see one of these. I assume they're probably pretty common at this spot. Saw one last time I was here with Graham. Actually, we saw a couple, so there's a scorpion too. But I expect we'll probably see a few of these guys, so. It's a baby worm snake. That little guy is microscopic. Look at this. Look how small he is. Really cool. Very tiny little baby worm snake is only our third snake of the day at this point, and it is the mid-afternoon. This place is proving difficult to find snakes in, period. When I was here last time with Graham, we kind of played it off as it was just too early in the season, but we're here during prime time now, and it just doesn't seem like there's much here, which is really unfortunate because I drove a long way to get here this morning, and I've been working really hard for not much. But it happens. We're gonna leave this guy right here and keep flipping and hope we can turn this day around. There is an absolute abundance of toad tadpoles in here. Look at this. Just tons of them. And then, if we go over here, there's even more. Look at them all. Look at this. This is insane. The toads are doing well for themselves out here. Oh, black king, very nice. Took all day, but we finally got a target snake. Oh, looky there. Little black king snake. Well, today's not a total bust since we got this guy. Even if we don't see a milk, we found something that's not something I can find in my yard at least. This guy has quite a bit of patterning, but as with most black kings, that will probably fade for the most part as he grows up. This is a very young snake, probably born in fall of 2021. Well, I am always happy to see a king snake, even if we're not going to get our milk snake today like I was hoping. I can still find these guys a lot closer than 3.5 hours from my house, but, you know, sometimes it happens. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, so I'm just going to be happy that I found some sort of target species today, because it was looking like we were going to have a complete bust of a day for a little while there. I think this is only the 4th snake. We've seen a ringneck, a racer, a worm snake, and this guy, unless I'm forgetting something. It has been very, very uneventful. But hey, a black king snake. That is definitely the highlight of the day for me so far. We're going to be running out of daylight here relatively soon, and it's starting to drizzle, so this might end up being the last snake of the day if we don't see anything else. Honestly, I was expecting to see 3 or 4 of these today. They are really, really common throughout a lot of their range. And if you can get into good habitat with good rocks, I've always found them to be one of the more common snakes, at least in North Alabama. But not in this area, I guess. This is the first one I've seen in 2 trips so far this year, so. But yeah, nice eastern black king snake that will end up probably being the highlight of the day unless we see something crazy between here and the car. So I'm gonna get some quick photos of this guy and we'll put him back under his rock. One more thing about this guy that's kind of interesting is how small he is. Black king snakes are a lot smaller than eastern kings on average, especially the babies. And you can find some pretty big beefy adults around 5 foot, but they don't get too much bigger than that. Whereas eastern kings have been recorded at 7 foot, and it's not terribly uncommon for 6-footers to pop up in the wild. All right, guys, well, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. It just doesn't seem like much is active. And that has been, unfortunately, a pretty common trend this spring so far. It has been pretty brutal. Flip a couple of these trail side rocks. And even still, I really could not tell you why. I mean, maybe the spot is just not that good, but it looks fantastic to me. The weather today is fantastic. And I'm once again at a loss as to why we're having such a hard time finding stuff. And I guess part of what makes it so frustrating is we're not even really targeting anything super rare. I'm just trying to find snakes, and apparently that's too much to ask because we found, I believe, 4 today. So I drove 3.5 hours one way, 3.5 hours home, and about 8 hours of hiking and rock flipping in between. But yeah, I think I have enough to wrap this one up, so I think we're going to do just that. And hopefully next time I see you guys, it will be a little bit more productive. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.